what is going on today. So I wanted to make this quick little video today, but before I jump into that, I just want to say, if you've never watched any of my videos, if you're not subscribed, if you're brand new to this video, thank you for stumbling upon this. And my name is Mark, and since I was a little kid, I dealt with, severe depression and anxiety. So I started this YouTube channel basically to start voicing my own journey in hopes that, I could A, learn more, and B, maybe help someone else that's going through something similar, or just kind of help motivate someone to feel like they could make themselves better or improve the situation that they're in right now. If you are subscribed, if you have seen this stuff before, thank you for, supporting me in this journey and really just showing everyone out there that, I'm not alone and they're not alone and you're not alone, no matter what you are going through. So if you're brand new to this stuff, only thing I ask is, you hit that subscribe button, maybe hit that notification bell, or just comment what you think below. Maybe you have some input on how I can improve my perspectives, or maybe you have input on something that you think other people could benefit from. So I feel like it's going to be a lot better if we all kind of engage with each other in these types of conversations and understand that we're all going to go through different things, but at the end of the day, the only way to get through it is to unite and love each other and kind of be empathetic and sympathetic for each other and help each other get through tough times. So today I just wanted to speak about basically 3 public anxiety attacks that I had. And these are not the worst anxiety attacks I've ever had. I just picked kind of, weird, funny situations that are really embarrassing for me because I don't really like talking about them. But that's part of this exercise, is just kind of freeing myself from that judgment. So I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm not going to do a deep dive into why I had these anxieties or how they impacted me or what kind of, healing processes I've done to kind of overcome these things. I just want to basically talk about the situations because they are a little bit funny and embarrassing, and I want you to understand that you probably have these situations as well where you don't really like talking about them, but I feel like that's the only way to grow past it, and it's something that you have to do to really understand what bothers you and why you go through the things you're going through. So first story was basically my first time ever in a movie theater. Now all 3 of these stories basically stem from the exact same anxiety, which is like a sensory overload, which throws me into a bit of a physical tantrum, I guess you could say, where I just kind of get overwhelmed and have to leave a certain situation. Now, the first time I ever went to a movie theater, I think it was the first time. I was a really young kid. It was when Shrek first came out. I don't know what year it was, but I'm sure this is going to be a funny story for you guys. When I first went to that movie, I was with my parents, I think my sister, and we basically sat down, the movie started, and within like the first 5 minutes of the movie, I think, there's a scene with the dragon on the bridge, and it was just so loud and so many different colors and pictures kind of flying at me, and I just never experienced anything like that. I ended up just kind of running out of the movie theater crying, and it seemed really funny, and hearing the stories afterwards, it's kind of embarrassing for sure because it's not a scary movie at all. It's a children's movie, and it's not really your typical reaction for a kid in their first time in a movie theater, but it happened to me and it was kind of funny for me. That was the first time I had one of these sensory overload anxiety attacks, but I had another really similar one, which is the second story, and this one happened a little bit later in my life. I think I was an early teen or late elementary school, maybe high school, somewhere in there, but early teens, and we had a field trip to, Science World in Vancouver here. I think it's also called Telus World of Science, or that's what it's called now, or I don't know, but at the time it was Science World, and that's what I know it as. And it's basically just a science kind of museum where it makes little activities for kids so they can learn little cool things about science, and I'm not really doing it justice, but it's a cool place. Anyways, we went in and did a space demo where it was basically a 3D movie theater, and you kind of sat in a big dome where it was kind of just a screen all the way around you. And I had a pretty similar experience where even as a young teen, I was kind of just leaving the theater going I gotta get out of here, I gotta go right now. And I even had one buddy who used to kind of poke fun at me for that and quote that dad saying, he'd say, you know, we got to go like right now. And it was pretty embarrassing, but at the end of the day, you can't control really what scares you or what overwhelms you or what makes you feel like that. And the very last time that, you know, something like that happened in such a public setting for me was actually just a couple years ago. And it was, I was working in a gym at the time, and we were doing a promotion, a day where we were, you know, going to do a big event at the gym to basically try and invite people in to come by and check it out and see what was going on. So we ended up having a live DJ, and I don't know if it was just kind of like the pressure from having to make the event so cool and so fun and getting so many people to show up, or if it was just like the loud music and not being able to focus or do my job well that day. But I ended up having a pretty big panic attack, and it got to the point where I believe my boss found me just sitting under a desk or in the parking lot crying. But it was a pretty rough day, and that was one of the last times where, you know, it impacted me so publicly, and it was so embarrassing for me that, you know, I really knew that, you know, I really needed to get some help. And this isn't the way that I wanted to live my life. I didn't want to have these events happen to me or be the center of attention in that way. And it made me feel like, you know, maybe people were judging me, or it made me feel weird. So again, these are kind of funny events. It's pretty embarrassing to talk about, and I'm just kind of rambling it off the top of my head. I don't really have any notes or anything about these things. I just kind of wanted to speak about it just off the top of my head and have an honest conversation about it. But, you know, that was one of the events where it led to me getting, you know, some professional help, and it led to the development that I'm getting to today, or getting closer to at least today. And, you know, as embarrassing as these events were, as terrible as it felt at the time, and how anxious I felt and uncomfortable I felt, and just really just grasping to feel okay or feel comfortable, looking back at it, I'm actually pretty thankful that those things happened for me, because, you know, A, it's a funny story and I can laugh about it now, and B, it was kind of a catalyst to just kind of stepping out of my comfort zone and finally getting help for problems that just kind of rotted away at the back of my head. So if you guys have ever had any experiences like this, you're not alone. I promise you that. I hope that, you know, like I said, this isn't the worst panic attacks I've ever had, but these are just ones that happened publicly and kind of were embarrassing for me and made me laugh. And it was a situation that I was put in that really, you know, helped me get to a point where I could change. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching it. I really appreciate it. If you're brand new to this, please consider subscribing. And if you're not brand new to this, please consider sharing this to maybe help someone that went through something similar and just feels alone. Because at the end of the day, the only way we can push past this is to love each other and get through it together. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Let's get it. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out.